I have many bonds with Hoboken. My mother, Mary Stevens, was born there and married there at Castle Point, a place where her great-grandfather, John Stevens, had settled his family about 200 years ago. Although I've never lived there myself, I fondly remember visits to Castle Point, rides on the ferries, visits in the house, and I've watched Hoboken through good times and bad. I'm delighted by what's been happening over the last 10 years. During this time, I've learned about the Hudson School, a private middle school for the children of Hoboken, New Jersey, and the surrounding communities, and what an important contribution it's making to the state of New Jersey and its children. Many races, religions, and ethnic groups join a diverse faculty in exploring the beauty of education. In this video, you'll get a glimpse of some of the students and teachers at the school, and will have an opportunity to observe for yourselves the passion with which they all approach their work.
Across the river from New York City is the quiet town of Hoboken, New Jersey. With its ethnically diverse neighborhoods, Hoboken offers a true mix of culture. Education is a major concern of area residents, and at the forefront of education is the Hudson School. Children in grades 5 through 9 are learning to love and loving to learn as part of the unique Hudson School experience.
In 1978, we opened on October the 10th with 18 children. They ranged in age from 6th graders through 8th graders, and there were 6 in each class. Someone asked me yesterday why parents would have chosen the Hudson School when there were only 18 children in the whole school, and weren't they very brave to do that? And at the time, the thought of bravery didn't even enter the picture. People were so desperate and frustrated by the lack of educational opportunities that the idea of my school, as I conveyed it to interested parents, was so exciting that I think that they felt almost as if they were on the cutting edge.
Beginning in the 6th grade, students focus on logic, ethics, and aesthetics with a special reading program developed by the school.
Who else do we call peacemakers? What were the names of some of the other people that we called peacemakers?
Good now, just being good now himself, and his mother was going through something. He's very traumatic in himself, and rely on to just being like freaking orphaned from their parents.
Yes.
So it's like a foreshadowing of being shy. It's like being disowned from your parents.
Okay, good.
I think all kids want to find themselves, and all kids want to learn. But when the kids get here, they have an actual opportunity to do that in a safe environment where learning is a good thing to do. It's cool to learn. It's cool to seek things, to be curious.
You come here and you're allowed to talk about anything. It's like a shock. The first year I was here, I was amazed. I mean, we could talk about anything, any book we wanted to discuss. If we wanted to discuss it, we could discuss it on the level that applied to us, and it was great.
It's so much fun to teach them because they're so motivated to learn. You'll start a topic and they'll go out and bring in information and material on it.
And the Badlands.
They really have a passion to discover things on their own. And they follow through, and they'll take an idea and run with it.
Courses in mathematics, science, and computers help foster a better understanding of our increasingly technical society.
We have an unusual number of alumni who come back to visit. An unusual number. Hardly a week ever goes by without at least 1 or 2 alumni coming back, and just to say hello to the teachers or sit in on a class and just look around. And I think one of the things that makes this school great is there's not as much distance between teachers and students in the school as there is in other schools. We know a lot about the personal backgrounds of the students we teach, and I think we let the students know more about us than most teachers let their students know. I think that contributes to the fact that our alumni come back all the time, because they didn't leave a school, they left a home.
There is especially one thing that I feel very strongly about. It's the care that Mrs. Newman puts to recruit the teachers to this school. I think that's the main thing. The main touch in that school is the people, the teachers. They're not only teachers. they are friends, they are advisors, and in many, many cases and many times they are parents too.
While studies in English, grammar, and verbal skills provide the base to the program, a more advanced approach is used in history studies.
There are capitalist countries that have changed, but I shouldn't say never, there have been dictatorial, I think Nepal has a it's kind of dictatorial. There was one communist constitutional monarchy briefly, King Michael of Romania for about 2 years, but he wasn't allowed to rule like a dictator. What are these regimes called?
Dictatorships?
History's been my hobby since 5th grade, and I can teach 5th graders with a lot of confidence because of that. I knew when I was exactly their age how much I loved it, and I think that the important thing to do is get the children to really like what they're being taught.
Another strong point of the Hudson School curriculum is the superior language program. Latin, Spanish, and French are offered to all grades in order to better prepare them for further education and open their minds to new cultures.
Écoutez, qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est le fantôme? Les garçons ont peur. Ils se sauvent.
The problem for us has been that many of the schools to which they apply and eventually attend expect that they'll be coming in at a beginner's level. For example, they don't expect children graduating from the 8th grade to have had 2 years of Latin. And we were called by one school principal who sort of asked us if we could just not offer the Latin because it presented a conflict or problem for their scheduling. And I threw the ball back in their court and I said, on the contrary, you will be getting from now on students from our school who will be prepared, and perhaps you should restructure your curriculum to take advantage of their head start.
It's a privilege for kids to go to the school. All kids should be able to go to schools like the Hudson School. You know, they give them the environment to really be eager and the privilege to be able to learn foreign languages and to be exposed to all different kinds of cultures. That's very exciting.
The diversity of curriculum and select students and faculty make the Hudson School a model for middle school education.
This school has, for me, an awful lot of pluses. One, working for Sue Ellen Newman is a real key, the director. She hires people that she thinks can teach and who have a passion and an interest in one particular area. She hired me and said, develop a curriculum. Teach what you're most interested in teaching, and also keep in mind what the students need. But focus on what they need. Teach what you like. Follow your heart.
What I really like about the Hudson School is that the work is very challenging, and it's hard to just sum it up. But the works, they let you work to your potential, and they don't make you stay with the class if you feel like you can go ahead while they let you.
For a well-rounded education, music, performance, and the arts are all required subjects for students at the Hudson School. Every semester, the students display great pride and professionalism in their concerts and theater productions.
Hold your tongue! We had the best of educations. In fact, we went to school every day.
For me, the essence of the school is the students themselves and their constant imagination and motivation and their honesty. And they are ready to write down and say how they feel, and they stand by it. They believe in it.
Sports and physical education are popular activities after school.